And this is This Week in Car Audio. Tune in. This Week in Car Audio. Tune in. We'll be talking about bass, talking about chips, talking about rings. You ain't got them, zip your lip. You got a problem you haven't found, check your grounds. The show about to start. Tune in. This Week in Car Audio. Yeah. Tune in. This Week in Car Audio.
Welcome to This Week in Car Audio with your host, the Judge, Doug Stockton, co-hosted by superstar of the world, internet sensation, Mr. Jeffrey Fernandez. What's up, Jeffrey?
Nothing much, Doug. Nothing much.
Oh, I can barely hear you, Jeff.
Test.
Yeah, I could hear you before fine.
Uh-oh.
It's like your microphone changed on you.
Test.
Anyway, while you're trying to figure out your microphone, it's still really dull. Jeremiah, say something.
What's happening, guys?
Yeah,
What's happening?
Jeremiah
Can you hear me okay?
Good. Yep, Jeremiah is
All
good.
right. Awesome.
So before we get too far into this, I'll have to make the announcement a couple of times, I'm sure. But Autorama for DB Drag has been canceled. So Sky High Car Audio and how's it looking now, Jeffrey?
Test. Still the same?
Yep, still the same.
Let's see.
Let's see here.
I'll keep
Where's
working on it.
okay?
Audio settings.
Not share. I want to pick on this.
Anyway,
there you go. No Autorama or Showdown, says Jesse Navarro. No, there was a Showdown. That'll get us into, I guess that'll show off. That'll bring up our guest today, the guy putting together that Showdown, Mr. Jeremiah Vegas-style Becker. What's up, Jeremiah?
What's up, guys? What's happening?
Nothing much. So what did you do this weekend? Tell us all about it.
Well, we went out into the desert. We played border hoppers left and right of the Arizona-Nevada border and created all kinds of noise out there. It was a great time. Showdown Las Vegas, Showdown in its entirety. We've been slowly moving around, but it's growing, bigger and better locations every year. Let me back up here. Steve Barber outdid himself on this. He found a location where we've got lodging, we've got food, we've got hotel, casino. We've got the area to play in that's been bigger than ever. I got to say, this location that Barber got was 2 times the size of any of the other locations we've ever had.
So where was it then?
So we were actually at the Mojave Event Center, which is just on the other side of the bridge of the Avi Hotel and Casino.
Okay.
So you know where we used to do Forbidden at?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. So you know the big event center that's on the other side of the bridge from there?
That's where we did World Finals in 2009 or 2007.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, there you go, Jeffrey. You sound better now.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Test.
Yeah.
There you go. So yeah, we got that whole outside location. We ended up partnering up one of my club members, Michelle Ross and Don Ross, Heavy D's Trucking. They threw down one hell of a car show portion of it. So we were able to add a car show. We had a full demo section. We had a massive vendor row. I think the vendor row had like 40 demo vehicles from vendors in it. Yeah,
really?
We got
and
that whole and we had
outside location,
ample space for the sound competition, and it made us look small how big the location was. And we've had more cars there than any other year. I think we capped out about 220 vehicles came through. It was awesome. It was a good time. We didn't have any issues out there, and very few casualties. I think Greg Corbin, my buddy, the Soul Crusher, had the most casualties. I think he launched all but 2 subs. But outside of that, he got a personal best, and it was a good time. Definitely looking forward to seeing what we can do with it next year.
Okay. Did you have a total car count or just like
Um,
the over number?
I want to say it was 174, 176 registered vehicles between the Sound Comp and the car show. And
Okay.
then there were another 40 or 44 vendor display demo vehicles. So we
Wow.
did, yeah, we got over 200 vehicles in the location, which was a good time.
So you did in that next to the convention center or whatever.
Yeah,
Okay. Were you inside or outside?
we were outside.
Okay.
Yeah, we definitely wouldn't have fit in there. We did occupy more space than that. Up on the pavement area, that's where the car show started,
Uh-huh.
and then the pavement driving area down the middle is where the vendor row was, and then all the demo cars were just on the outside of that, and then we set up the SPL on the far end by the main road, and we had a nice little gap. We had a good view of everything, and the weather was great, man. I mean, light winds, a little bit of clouds, and it was like 70, 75 degrees tops.
So did you guys go in the river?
Absolutely not.
Is it cold?
This time, well, almost every time of year it is pretty chilly, but yeah, I wasn't trying to play in that. I was definitely not on any sauce that would make me want to cool off in that thing.
Exactly. I was going to say, I wonder if people are taking bets on who's going to be the first to do skinny dipping in the river.
Yeah, that was the forbidden days right there, because forbidden was definitely hot, and everybody welcomed that cold water then.
Yes, they did. Did you guys get hang out on the beach? Was it an overnight? I mean, because you're only in Vegas, so you're what, like an hour away or hour and 10 minutes?
Yeah, so from my place, it's about 2 hours 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So nice little drive, but I didn't get in till first thing Saturday morning. I stayed in town and helped some friends out and got them ready for the show as good as I can, and then I packed up, left the house at 5 in the morning, shot out there, set up, ran the lanes all day Saturday, took Sunday, hung out for the better part of the morning, helped some people out with their vehicles, and then early afternoon started doing the MC for the awards and the raffles. And at that point, I didn't get much other time to mingle, and I didn't get much time to hang out. A lot of people were out there since Thursday, partying Thursday. They had a good time Friday night. I got to see some nice video and pictures of that, but unfortunately, I was still on this side of the border.
Um, yeah, I heard Chemo used to go out there and go golfing, for
Yeah,
that location, right? Because they have that
yeah,
little golf course, so you can camp, and campsites right there next to the golf course. So
yep.
you go out there, you go golfing and whatnot.
Yeah, and I had a friend. They brought out their camper, and that's where we posted up for the weekend.
Okay, that's cool. I'll wait till probably about halfway through, and I'll make the Autorama announcement again. But anyway, if you guys coming in here a couple minutes late, there will be no DB drag at Autorama. We'll talk about that again when that time comes. So how many years? So the showdown started with Mike Martinez,
Um,
or a version of it, right?
yeah, so we'll go back. I'm gonna guesstimate about 15 years.
Okay.
About 15 years ago, Mike Martinez started the Baseheads meet.
Correct.
Um,
Yeah. The
so the
CES
Baseheads,
basehead meet or something like that. Yeah.
yeah. So the CES Baseheads meet started out. It started to grow. It had several location issues and changes
Hmm.
through the years. Vegas is definitely not the easiest place to get locations, especially nowadays.
Yeah.
It's really tough. But yeah, he ran that for about 5 years, and then somewhere around the fifth year, I had a friend over at DC Sound, which is an audio shop, not DC Audio, but DC Sound.
Okay.
They had a bunch of manufacturers coming into town, and they wanted to put on an event there for for the CES event, and I agreed to do a small local thing, and then Janissa heard about it and decided to let's make it a USAC event, and
Mhm.
the shop was all about it, so we started with that, and that was the first year of the showdown, and it was just it was the CES showdown. We ran that there for the first year, just a USAC, and then the second year we brought in drag, and then the third year or the fourth year, I want to say Iasca came in, uh,
Mhm.
and then And then we outsourced the location. We oversized from it. So from there, we moved over to the Texas station. And then the Texas station, we grew quite a bit more. And then I think we had Mecca involved a bit for then. I'm sorry, got something in my throat. It's all this damn pre-workout. Shake it up better next time. And then at that point, the show was huge, and I got to the point where I was overwhelmed. I couldn't maintain it anymore. And Steve Barber, being one of our club members, he wanted in to help. And at that point, me and him partnered up, and the showdown blew up bigger than it could ever be. And we ran it there until the casino shut down. And then once the casino shut down, and I started to pursue this path of my other professions, working on the new job and going to school, I went ahead and stepped down, and Barber just took it over completely. And he's been running with it, and he's been doing one hell of a job with it. So, hats off to him for it. I handle the SPL side. I'll take care of the SPL lanes. Anything that goes on that side, I'll take care of. But outside of that, he put everything else together.
There you go.
So at what point it moved to SEMA, a whole nother convention altogether, right?
Yeah. So the choice, so a few years back, the choice to move it to SEMA was after COVID, because CES, the year for COVID, CES happened, and nobody was coming down for CES.
Right.
You had to be vaccinated, you had to have masks, and everybody just shined on with CES. So we moved back to SEMA because it's more of a car-oriented event. And so we ran the next year at SEMA. It worked out great, and we just followed it up from there and just continued trying to run along with SEMA because you get more people in town. That ran its course for a little bit, and honestly, the biggest thing is finding locations that can handle us, that aren't trying to charge us $10,000 to $20,000 to host an event. In Vegas, it's getting really tight. It's hard for me to hold 1X or one org events out here, even. Just the way the commercial settings are and the density of Vegas. And that's why we ended up out at Buffalo Bills and Whiskey Pete's for a couple years. And then now out there at the Avi, which I think is a better location than any location we've had, the way it was set up. So
I mean, Buffalo Bills has just tons of room. So
Buffalo Bills does have lots of space, and it was a good time out there. But the problem is Whiskey Pete's closed down. And they used to use that as overflow. But Buffalo Bills has a lot of events and concerts going on every other weekend.
Right.
And trying to book with them became impossible. And that's unfortunately what happened this last year. And then we got in with the Avi. But yeah, Buffalo Bills was a great location. I loved it. It was never a fail, but a lot of the other big car shows that we're doing out there, they're even looking at other locations just due to the fact that the booking over there is getting a little tough. They had new management come in, things changed up a bit, and now it's more of we want profit up front and profit on the back end versus selling rooms and the usual.
Right. Have you ever done anything with the Hard Rock?
No. So the Hard Rock has actually switched up a couple times. The Hard Rock now out here in Vegas is now the Virgin Hotel.
Okay.
And the old Mirage Casino is now becoming the Hard Rock Hotel.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Strip.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to that part of it. I do know though, back in the day, I was in negotiations with the Hard Rock, and they wanted me to come out and do a like every other week show.
Oh wow.
At
Really?
the Hard Rock, yeah.
Okay.
But they wanted it on like a Thursday or something. So they wanted it more like a bowling league than a car show, right?
Yeah.
So, but obviously, DB Drag's not my main income, so I couldn't just, because it's a day to get there, a day to get back, and then a day to do the show. So
Yeah.
I would have to take 3 days off of work.
That ain't happening.
Yeah. This nobody's getting rich off these shows.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, what's up, Big Wayne? I see you on the feed there. What's up, Tom, Carlos, Fifi, Johnny, Daniel? Damn, Daniel. All kind of people jumping in on this.
There you go. So
Sorry, I had to take a moment and get some shout outs in there.
that's fine. I would. So the program I used to show the chat,
Okay.
apparently them and Facebook are not happy with each other. So
Okay.
Facebook won't allow them to put their information into my chat.
Oh, fun.
So weird, huh? Facebook have problems? No.
Blocking people? Oh my goodness. No, they would never do that.
No. I'm sure you've been in Facebook jail a bunch of times because you have an
can't-
opinion.
That's why I'm barely on anymore. I get on, I promote my events on the Vegas style pages when I have events going on. Outside of that, and even when I'm sharing the events, they lock me up for a couple days because I shared too much, or they're saying I'm spam or I'm infringing on somebody else's intellectual property. I'm like, dude, get whatever. And then you can't even argue it. You just got to sit and wait. Oh snap! Old man Greg jumped in.
Greg who?
Greg Corbin.
Corbin?
You know, the I would say the soul crusher, but it's more like the sub crusher now.
That's
So-
the super tall truck, right? That
Yeah.
you need a ladder to get in?
The world's largest daily driven monster truck on the planet.
Yeah. No, I mean, obviously, you know, I would have you come out, and when we did the, oh yeah, there he is. I see him. Say hi.
Oh, there it is.
We used to have you come out and do Forbidden Fantasies, right?
Forbidden was a blast, man.
Yeah, Forbidden was a good time. Felicia
yeah.
Ball, I see it popping in there, posting something. But yeah, no, Forbidden Fantasies was a good show that I did. I don't know, probably 12 to 15 years. You know,
Yeah,
we did
because-
it down L.A. first, and then moved
Paris.
into
Yeah, because I used to go out there and compete with you guys when it was at Paris.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. And
That was
then-
before I started promoting and judging.
Okay.
Oh.
And then, you know, we moved obviously to the Avi, and their reason was similar to yours. Is, you know, the Avi literally gave them the entire parking lot and the backside of that casino,
It was great.
and the only reason we stopped doing that was because they outgrew that space, and so they needed the space we were using for car audio for
For the show cars.
For the show cars, yeah, because they outgrew that space. So that's freaking awesome. I mean, I appreciate that their show has gotten so big that it's outgrowing spaces. I mean, when it was at Lake Paris, I think the last year they were there, they outgrew that space also. And I think he said he had around 900 show cars, not
Jesus
including
shit.
the car stereo stuff.
That's wild.
Yeah, I mean, we even had World Finals at Forbidden
Event Center.
one year. We had
Yeah.
it at Forbidden one year in
Oh, shit.
Lake Paris.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh
Sorry.
yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
So,
the dual org with Iasca, right? Or was
No.
that the year? That was that the year after.
that was the year after.
Okay.
Oh, that's right, because Jaffe came and did it.
Yeah.
That's right. It might have been the same year.
Okay. The one year.
Thomas Lingard?
What's up, Tom?
The hell?
And Chet.
Oh, Chet's in there too. That's cool. It's Thomas, you're one guy I got to get on here. I got to hit you up on Facebook. I got to have you on this podcast one of these times. I keep on, like, there's somebody I got to get on here. I keep forgetting who, and it's always Thomas.
And,
I mean-
and let me say, Tom's got some notoriety.
Oh, yeah.
Because Tom was the original first Cyclone champion.
He was. That is a very true statement. And so much so, watch this. I'm going to hit him up right now on Messenger. Lingard.
Oh, watch out, Tom. You're getting spammed.
Thomas Lingard. There he is. All right. Come on the podcast next week. Now he can't say he didn't get it because I sent it to him.
He says, but I'm a boring old man. That's all right. Just get on
That's
the
okay.
mic. You'll be good.
Well, you'll be fine once you get on here. Chet's in the thing. Another DB drag. Okay, so now I'm just gonna mention real quick, so people that didn't quite hear it. So last week on the show when we were done, Justin Stolman texted me and said, I heard you weren't going to be at Autorama or something like that. And he goes, you might want to. Bobby Gately was talking about how he had Autorama, and Ray Pimley said they're going to be at Autorama Saturday and Sunday. And I'm like, well, he's only there Saturday, not Saturday and Sunday. So I tried texting. Hold on a second, Tom. You did get it. You need to accept it.
It's probably on his other profile. Did you message his profile direct, because he got hacked a couple months ago and got a new profile recently?
Hold on, wait. There we go. Now I'm gonna message this one direct. Oh, that is the one I messaged. Yep, that's the one I messaged.
Okay, Tom will have to break out his bifocals and figure it out.
Yeah. Messages are missing. Oh,
Yeah, Tom's been in the game for the longest.
Don't
I think he's it's not the same vehicle, or
yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. There's different setups he had throughout the years, and
Yep, we've changed it out quite a bit. He started out with 1610 sealed. He had several builds before that, but when I first met him, he had 1610 sealed.
Well, at times,
and then
I'm sure.
It took him about 5 years. We had to talk him in to get him to go ported. And then it's been all downhill from there. The score keeps climbing, and he just keeps beating the car up.
Yeah, it is what it is. So what I was saying about Autorama. So I couldn't get a hold of Gately, so I called the guy who runs Autorama. He was out of town on a cruise, blah blah blah. So he got back to me today, and he goes, yeah, because I've been doing Autorama for 23 years. Oh, and Tiffany says hi from China. Guys that don't know, from Bridgetown, Barbados, the SQ Sounds, which is Tiffany and Tristan. Tiffany is now in China. And
visiting?
Tristan, huh?
Business?
Nope. She
lives there?
They are moving to China.
Wow.
They are going there to do teach English, I guess. So
wow, that's like a weather shock.
From the Bahamas to China.
From the Bahamas to China.
Yeah, that could be it. Anyway, so I guess Bobby Gately and Sky High Car Audio collaborated and put together some funds and purchased the rights to Autorama from the Autorama people. And so I asked Bobby, so I said, so that means I'm out then? And he goes, I thought you were out of the game completely, and I believe that to be true, because I'm sure he doesn't watch the podcast, and he doesn't, apparently he doesn't answer text anymore because that's his business phone. So, anyway, like I said, so DB Drag will not be at Autorama. Bobby Gately said I'm out. He said he doesn't know who's doing it, but Ray Pimley says he will be there on Saturday, Sunday, according to Ray. So I know I asked he'll be there. I don't know what else will be there. But no DB Drag. So that means this year I don't know what shows I'll be doing. Since, I'm not doing much.
You guys know where you guys are going to hold the finals location this year?
It really depends on how many people we get qualified for finals. So Jeffrey being in LA, we may end up holding it in LA.
I mean, since he's finally back on the West Coast.
Yeah. And I might be moving to Dallas. So
okay, so he hangs up the Spurs and you're gonna pick them Spurs up.
Very probable.
Wild.
So I don't know. Thomas is asking what city in China is Tiffany at, Tristan. Anyway, I built a house in Wichita, Kansas.
Okay.
So I was going to retire and move to Wichita, but the company I work for offered me a very good deal to stick around for a couple extra years. And because that, because of that, Dallas is only a 45-minute flight, 50-minute flight, or 5.5-hour drive to Wichita versus being in San Francisco, which is, you know, a 6 to 7 hour flight, and you know, 2-day drive or day-and-a-half drive.
Okay.
So
Well, shit, you won't be too far from Chet then.
I mean, that's what Chet says in the chat. He says, if you move out here, let me know. It's a pretty high probability, Chet. I'll probably be out there by anywhere from June to October is when I'll probably move out there. So, all right. It says Tiffany's in Jinan. Jinan. Henan, Wanan. I don't know. I don't speak Chinese. Chet says that's 4 hours away.
4 hours
from him.
away.
Yeah. So.
What's up, DJ? See you joined in too, bro.
But anyway, so yeah, Ricky, no DB drag at Autorama. I don't know what else is going to be out there. Means all the stuff I was setting up, you know, I got my trophies already started making and all that. I got to make those go away. And I mean, Jeremiah, you see my trophies. Jeffrey, you see my 3X and 2X trophies.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
So now I got a whole bunch of those sitting here. Because for that event, I have to make around 72 trophies. So
Wow.
of pretty big size, right? So, but it is what it is. I gotta.
It's a bummer, but let's not take away from. I mean, the show's
show's still gonna go on, right?
You know, so if you guys are you know planning to check out Autorama, still check it out. You know, just because DB Drag isn't there doesn't mean that you don't have to go.
Right.
You can still check it out.
Right.
It's okay.
but
Go to
don't-
Autorama.
Yes.
But the Showdown's still the biggest West Coast show. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, Autorama.
Autorama's
we were-
pretty big. I would love to make it out there.
Yeah.
And things just get in the way every year.
Yeah. Last year, I think I had 120 entries.
That's huge.
Yeah, and that's not nowhere near my biggest. My biggest year, I had 165 entries.
Holy shit, that's wild.
Yeah, and I still got them all done by 5 o'clock.
You guys get you guys get crazy out there in the north.
So, but we have people that come all the way from Canada, and well, we were going to have guys from Texas this year. Just if you were planning on coming out here, just know that there's not DB drag, so don't come out here specifically for DB drag. So that was the big deal. I just had to let people know that we're traveling because we had some people that were coming from Canada for DB drag. You know, and potentially from Texas. Well, I mean, the people in Texas keep saying they're coming out, but they never do. So, but it is what it is. So what are the plans for future for Showdown? Stay at the Avi or?
So right now, I haven't talked much with Barber about it, but I believe the Avi really liked the turnout. They liked what was going on. Steve was really happy with what was happening. And it's a good chance that we'll be looking for a date similar to this one for next year. The other tough problem is trying to stay away from everybody's finals because, like, USAC finals is in 3 weeks, 4
Late
weeks
March.
from now. Yeah,
And that's in Oklahoma, right?
that's actually in Middle Texas. Or wait,
Oh, is it?
uh,
I think it was Lawton,
yeah,
Oklahoma. so, yeah.
Lawton, Oklahoma. I can't talk. Lawton, Oklahoma is where it's at now.
Because that's the
So
middle
just north
of
of
the country, right?
Yeah,
That's
so
why
it's
they
just
picked
north
there.
of Amarillo. It's like, I think 3-4 hours north. But yeah.
So with the, I mean, to go back with the planning of Showdown, and I know you said it's very likely that it's going to be at the Avi again. I mean, is it a prerequisite that it has to be at a casino?
Not at
Or-
all.
No.
That's just the bonus. Hey, what's up? There goes Steve
There's
right there.
Barbara right there in
Oh,
the
there he
chat.
is.
So no, the prerequisite is just giving us a space where we can make the noise and we don't get shut down and beat up
Yeah.
by people. And unfortunately, a lot of places, when it gets loud, it gets loud. You know how it is.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh
And
yeah.
being in town, like in Vegas, I sourced out some other casinos and tried to look at some stuff, but even like the station hotels here, just for a small section of parking lot in some of these off-strip properties, they want $5,000 a day plus incidentals. So, if you go for a whole weekend, you can be into it for 18, 20 grand. And damn well we don't make that much money on these events. So,
No.
yeah. So, unfortunately, out here it's tough, and there's not a lot of industrial complexes that allow you to do much
Hmm.
because the city ordinances out here for sound and whatnot. It doesn't matter where you're at. Basically, if somebody calls and complains, you can be shut down.
So
And that's kind of why it's gotten hard out here for locations.
yeah, I think the last year that Mike Martinez did it, the location was really good for that because it was right at the end of the runway at the
Yeah.
at the airport, but
Yeah.
it was not a huge spot. Right?
Yeah, it was jam packed. It was
Yeah,
standing room only at that location where that PT's was in that strip mall.
yeah, but I mean that there was, and he was right in picking that spot just because it was in the flight path, right? So
Yeah.
you guys are really going to complain about noise from a car audio show when we're literally right next to airplanes taking off.
Yeah, exactly.
So
And
let's see. Steve Barber says too many houses. There are houses everywhere. You can't get away from them.
yep, we're just so condensed anymore. It's tough. And unfortunately, the few places that did allow us to do what we do, corporate has definitely taken over. I'd say since COVID, things got real bad. It's people don't want liabilities, and everybody's out for chasing money now. All the properties that would let us do it on a low dime or free,
Hmm.
everybody wants top dollars now, and they want insurance and they want businesses, and they want all these guarantees on top of it. And it's like we can't provide them with $10,000 in business when we don't make $10,000 in the lanes or
Right.
at the venue.
Right.
We're not on that type of level. And sponsors, sponsors are tough
Right.
nowadays. The last few years in the economy, it's definitely put a hamper on that.
Yeah, the in Reno, the GSR Grand Sierra Resort, they used to somebody from there happened to come to one of my shows because I do a show literally, I don't know, quarter of a mile away at another casino called Baldini's. But GSR, huge casino in Reno, and they're not downtown Reno. They're off to the side, but they are, I don't know, 40 floors tall, 35
wow.
floors tall, something like that. They have a bowling alley. They have multiple floors gaming. It's like Vegas style casino, right? And without the shopping's much like the one whole level is shopping there. But it was built in the 70s and hasn't changed since. But just they offered us if we can guarantee them 25 rooms, they would provide us with a parking lot and security and a secured parking lot with security and everything if we can guarantee them 25 rooms. And
Man.
they've offered that to me so many times. And that was literally the deal, just if I can book 25 rooms. Well, shoot, if I can book 20, I'll buy the last 5 for that kind of
Right?
deal, right?
Yeah.
And then give them away as like, precursors to the show kind of thing,
Yeah.
So they offered it, but just Reno's so hard to do during October
Yeah.
because it might be snowing in October. It's tough, and then everybody has to go over the pass, and a lot of it back then too was the meters read 7/10 less loud in Reno versus down in the Bay Area. In
Yeah, with the
Sacramento.
temps and the elevations and
Yep.
stuff.
Yep. So, Steve Barber says we sold 148 rooms.
And
That's
that was
pretty solid.
that was just there. There were so many people that stayed in the off the property hotels too. We had people at Harrah's, the Trop, and a few of the other casinos because we booked the Barber booked the whole hotel out. They
Oh, really?
ran out. Yeah, they ran out of rooms a week before we were there.
Okay. Um, yeah. The what was I going to say about that? The Avi is actually really family friendly casino as far
Yeah.
as casinos go. They have a movie theater inside. They have a kid zone where you can drop your kids off and pay whatever a day price. Well, I mean, but it's a kid zone, right?
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because my daughter, she still mentions it to this day. When we all went out to finals,
Oh,
I, I had her do the kids deal, and
uh-huh.
they said, "Hey, you can pick them up at midnight," and she keeps telling me that I forgot her there, but I don't know what she meant by that. But yeah, it is family friendly though.
Jeffrey's like, I didn't forget her. I knew she
Yeah.
was there.
I
We
knew
let her
she
stay there
was
a couple days.
I had a little wristband that told me she was there.
Yeah.
No, but I do remember finals, and then the restaurant there.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure the restaurant still. We all would meet in the morning at the restaurant, and like I said, the golf course right there, So it's actually a really good. You can rent jet skis. I heard at the river down there, right? So I
Yeah,
mean,
just outside. If you cross the bridge right there, next to the convention center, you go down about 2 blocks. There's like 2 or 3 jet ski rental companies,
oh, okay,
and you can actually launch where they're at too.
okay. So I mean, like I said, that venue, as far as casinos go, they were great to us. They have a nice steakhouse. Andrew McCain and I would go to the steakhouse afterwards there, and I mean, it was a good quality steakhouse, and it wasn't overpriced. So, like I said, I really like that place. It's just a long ways away for me. So,
What was the general consensus with the competitors about the Avi and the location?
Between the competitors, the demo guys, after we started doing it at casinos and hotels, they just kind of gravitated to it because they like the fact that after the show you got somewhere you can drink, you got somewhere you can play, you got somewhere that's safe that you can do whatever and don't have to worry about being like in a Motel 6 or a Holiday Inn and getting the boot because you were making too much noise.
yeah.
And like I said, Barber picked it great with this one because people were out hanging out, doing the parking lot parties Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. No issues, no problems, no fights, it was just a really good time. And nobody cared. No, there was no issues. The casino stayed half packed with just us. So, it gives people something else to do outside of the car audio. And like Doug was saying, there's all the food eateries, the kids zone. There's so many other things to do. Even in the downtime, you got other things to keep you occupied.
Since you live in Vegas, do you ever? So every time I go to Vegas, I always go to Pinball Hall of Fame. Do you ever go out there?
I've been there once in a couple years. Haven't been since I think probably like the second year they reopened on the Strip because they used to be on East Tropicana.
Right.
Then they moved over to next to the Harley Davidson.
Right.
And went over there once, did a walkthrough, played for a little bit, but outside of that, I stay busy. I don't frequent these Strip.
What?
I get so many people, dude. I get so many people. Hey, where's a good place to party? Where's a good place for this? I'm like, dude, I go to work, I come home. I live in the outskirts as far as I could possibly get from town, which I'm still in the hood, but like, dude, I don't know. I don't do that stuff. I'm too cheap, too old, and too tired.
Maybe that's how the people who live there, because I remember going out there and I would hit up Scott at T.W.I.C.A and tell him, hey, do you know any doormen that we can get in these clubs? And he's like, dude, I don't even get on the Strip. And I'm like,
yeah. We avoid it like the plague.
Yeah.
We don't want the traffic. We don't want the headache. Oh, we got Daniel from Mexico watching.
Is that who Daniel Audio is?
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Team Neodynamics right there.
All right.
And then you got Justin Stolman, dude. Justin, dude, where's Dave, bro? He didn't show up again.
No show, Dave. Didn't show up.
No show, Dave. No Show Dave went live 3
Surprise.
different times going, yo, 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 it's your boy Dave. We gonna beat up Vegas style. We taking you down, bro. And then where's Dave? Watching his big TV at home, eating his bonbons, eating his chicharrones and shit.
What does he say? Chet says you have an awesome view of the strip from your backyard.
Oh yeah,
Cool.
yeah, like I said, I tried to get as far out as I could. Vegas is one big bowl.
Yeah.
And where I'm at, I got a nice view of the city. So if it catches on fire, hey, I'll just put out my big stick and grab the marshmallows.
So you're in North Las Vegas then?
East Las Vegas.
Oh, East. Yeah, because I
Yeah,
always know North is the shithole, right? So
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So I'm east of that shithole, basically.
Okay.
So basically Nellis Air Force Base, the whole Sunrise Mountain, that's the side of town I'm on.
Okay. So when I first met you, I think the first time I met you, your wife was just pregnant.
Probably.
Yeah. So how many
Wait.
kids you got now? Well, maybe not.
No. Shit. Oh. No, she holy shit. No, because the first time well, that was another one.
Oh, got you.
My latest, we're in 14 years now.
Okay.
But that was the first time I want to say it was no, it wasn't. I was gonna say at the when I helped Mike get the pizza location, but no, it was I want to say it was Lake Paris.
Yeah, I think I met you
I
first
think
at
it
Lake
was
Paris.
I think I met you first at Lake Paris, and then the next time I saw you was when I booked the lot at the pizza place at Park 2000 for Mike.
Right.
When the one bar told him to kick rocks.
Right. Which
So
that didn't make sense. So many people went inside that bar.
he blew it up. He packed the place the year before like it was no tomorrow.
Right.
So I don't know what the problem was.
Uh-huh.
But again, like I said, you get tenants, you get people around it complaining, and unfortunately, and that was then. It's 10 times worse now. So it's
So how many kids you got now?
2 documented. My oldest is 27,
Okay.
and my youngest is 5 now.
Okay.
And then I had a couple in between that were not DNA related, but they've moved on and done their own thing, so they're all grown out too.
Do they hang out?
My oldest, he moved up to Cedar, so I drive out there and visit him. He drives down, comes here. He brings the grandbaby out. My granddaddy now too, so that's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I know you can't really see it because of the lights, but that's actually a picture of my grandbaby right there.
Yeah. Jeffrey's a new grandfather too.
Nice, congratulations.
Yeah.
And you see it's next to my huge Base Wars Finals trophy right here.
Oh, is that what that is? Is the Base Wars trophy?
Yeah, this guy right here. I'm supposed to have 7 of them, but only 5 showed up. I don't know where the other 2 are, One of them kind of
Just
thing.
saying. Just saying.
I'm just saying, It was advertised that I was getting a belt, and I end up with a light up popsicle stick. So I
thought that was a tablet.
Oh yeah, right.
I thought that was like some iPad or something.
Oh, that's this. It's a rotating picture frame, and then this little guy right here.
Oh,
changing colors here. Let me see. There we go.
Oh yeah.
You can kind of see
Nice.
it says first place in Base Wars, but I swear it's a finals trophy. I swear it's a championship. I swear. That's all right. Richard is fixing that for me. He's actually
Base Wars is a lot smaller than DB Drag as far as years and stuff like that. So
they're new. They're hitting growing pains. They're growing pretty quick.
They are
definitely, and they've got one of the best judges on the West Coast, Richard, doing it. So, I mean, I don't want to talk bad about other judges in other areas, but the West Coast has all the best judges, and any of the orgs. I don't care, hands down. West Coast sets it.
Yeah.
And Jeffrey still kind of counts, even though he left.
Glad
for
I'm
a
back.
while.
Glad I'm back.
Yeah, I might have to if I move to Dallas, I might have to go over and talk to Roger because I hear he's got a spot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Hit him up.
Crossfire's doing some shows.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, so for me, I don't know if you remember or whatever. Justin, you'll have to go look back. 411 on Autorama. I've talked about it twice already. You're late. You can rewind the thing or wait
And I
till the
could,
end and I'll do it again.
yeah, what Doug said. And then I couldn't come say to hi you. I was running in the lanes. I was waiting for you to pull in the lanes. You sure dodged us there, buddy. Just saying.
Anyway, yeah, might have to talk to Roger. But also Dallas has a lot of the Pro Bowlers live between Dallas and Wichita, those two cities actually. So
Okay.
that's another reason I'm thinking of moving. I don't know. Did you ever meet Alan Riley?
The name sounds familiar,
Okay,
but
so
no.
he was a DB drag world champ. Him and his brother, right?
Okay.
The Riley brothers. They had a van. They were like one of the first guys with the Chevy Astro vans.
Okay. Okay.
And stuff back in the day. Anyway, so he lives in Dallas and he's a bowler also. So kind of the stuff that's driving me to move to Dallas instead of staying in San Francisco. You know.
Hey, it still keep you active.
Oh yeah. I beat up on a bunch of pros last weekend and the weekend before, so it's just is what it is, right? I'm good enough to bowl with them, not good enough to beat them on a consistent basis. That's why I don't do it professionally. But I'm good enough I can compete. But anyway, yeah, no, that's I have had a lot of manufacturers and stuff, and say that they've been to shows all over the world and they enjoy my shows like some of the best shows they ever go to, right? I'm engaging with the crowd. I'm engaging with the competitors. I put stuff together, that's, like I said, they say that my shows are fun and they're different.
Yeah.
So tell him to catch the replay.
Yeah, he's moving a little slow there.
He
does
is.
that sometimes.
But I obviously don't know other ones. Jeffrey's talked about how, because Mike Jaffe, obviously. And
Absolutely.
so I modeled my shows after Jaffe's shows, right? Because I didn't magically just come up with how I do this stuff.
Yeah.
I took away some of the things that I really like, and I took away I use things that I like from Jaffe shows, and I don't use other things he does. I can't pass off as a dirty old man.
I was just gonna
Mike
say,
Not yet. Not yet.
And Mike was absolutely a dirty old man. And so
I love Jaffe. That's why I started doing this, because when he decided to retire, we had nobody else that was out here like he was, and like you said, he was one hell of a judge and one hell of an entertainer. And
yeah,
I try to model after him just as you did, just put my own spin on it, because we're not him.
That's right.
And I definitely wasn't old when I started this, and I was just dirty. So
yeah, you know what? You do have a similar style to Jaffe.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
I to be honest, I've never seen you judge a show, because the only times I've been around when you were judging shows, I was judging DB Drag
you're
at the
working
same time.
too. Yeah.
So,
I think just the way that we interact with the competitors, I think more so with you, and seeing some similarities with Jaffe. So that's what I mean, anyways. The interaction.
I take that as one hell of a compliment. Because Jaffe was the man, and unfortunately, my mouth isn't so filtered as his. So all the F-bombs and all the other bombs come out.
His mouth ain't filtered.
He just works it better.
That's right.
I get caught. I have to do swear jars sometimes. It's like, is this the X-rated Becker show? Is this the PG Becker show? I don't know. Wait on, and you'll find the fuck out.
Yeah, I tried getting Jaffe on here, but he thinks nobody is interested in listening to him or talking to him. So,
dude,
I know.
Dude.
Do you have his number?
I will look and see if I still have it in my old phone.
Okay, I have his number. I'm just saying you need to text him and tell him he needs to come on the podcast.
Yeah, because it's been a couple years since I talked to him. When I was doing the import face-offs in Phoenix, I was trying to get him to come out, but they had some issues every time, and it didn't work out. So unfortunately, I didn't get a visit with him.
Yeah,
definitely gonna have to go shake his cage though. And Justin Stolman says I ain't loud. My non-build, I don't have a build right now, and I'm still louder than you, buddy. Don't make me turn up on you.
Yeah. He's built the car that's been loud
It's
for an
fun.
extended amount of time.
Yeah, I mean, Big Nasty and multiple orgs took multiple trophies, and last year I did seven championships in base wars. I
There
don't
you
think
go.
that's ever happened, and it's probably never going to
Mhm.
happen again. Put my mushroom stamp down and walked away. And now the Suburban's in somebody else's hands. It's gone. This is not my
Oh,
garage anymore.
Man, dude, just the upkeep on a vehicle that loud is so tough.
Dude, just trying to take it to shows was rough.
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah, my 2006 Duramax, a $10,000 14K trailer, and the drive is just brutal.
Yep. I understand that. Um, so Jeffrey, I saw post because I only go on Facebook on Mondays, right?
Okay.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
and so Jeffrey, I saw posted he was doing grandfather duty, driving around with
Nice.
his kid in the back seat. So do you do that
Oh,
too?
yeah.
You get the grandfather duties and stuff every once in a while, or
No, I would love to, but my kid, he lives almost 4 hours away.
right?
Yeah, he moved up north. He started his own business out there,
Is he doing the
and
pest control too, or
no, he's actually doing contracting. So, he's
okay?
doing home renovations, hotel build out installations,
Okay.
you name it, anything in the construction world. He's been doing it for the last 5, 6 years now.
That's cool.
And I can't say I'm more proud of him than ever, dude. He's just doing the damn thing. He's showing me up.
Nice.
So I wish I would have started when he did. I'm just gonna say it like that. He took all the good things from me, took the good things from his mom, took the good things from his other dad, because we've got a relationship like that, and he ran with it, and he's doing the damn thing. I'm proud. It's awesome, and I
Yeah.
got an awesome little grandbaby out of it.
Yeah.
Oh nope, that's my kid. That's there we go. Okay, that might work.
Well, there you
Oh,
go.
there we go.
So that's my boy Elijah and his friend Jacob. That's Louis Ramirez.
Now
There's
there's a
the
grandbaby.
There's the
Ah,
grandbaby right there. So, yeah, it's my little Monroe right there. She's so stinking awesome.
Yeah. I guarantee Jeffrey's just as proud of his grandkid. What is your daughter doing, Jeff? Since she's not doing the acting thing anymore and stuff.
she went to school to become a teacher.
Oh,
So
okay.
she's doing that. But yeah, so I'm on my days off from work. I'm helping my daughter out by picking our granddaughter up from like daycare and stuff like that. And spending some time with her, and yeah. I think though, well, that's why we made the move from Texas to back to California, was for my daughter and our granddaughter. So just trying to make the most of it.
Which is the same reason we're moving to Wichita,
Oh,
right?
there you go. Family.
Because my daughter lives in Wichita and she's going to start having kids, and my wife wants to be where grandbabies are. So,
That's
Um,
awesome.
Yeah, it is.
on a philosophical level, they teach you the only immortality is your offspring. That is the way that
Mm.
we reach mortality or immortality as a person. Is we continue on our genes and our traits through our children, then our grandchildren, great grandchildren, and so on. And it's our duty to share with them our life lessons so that they can continue on and be better people than we were, right?
Hell
So,
yeah.
that's always, that's what it's about, and that's why we have big families and whatnot. Part of that too is, I mean, you took on two kids that aren't your own, even, right? So, but they are your kids.
Absolutely.
I guarantee you don't treat them any different than you treat your own kids.
Nope.
So, which is super, super important for people that are step parents at all, and then to have the relationship with the other person, if they're willing to have that, is so huge.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as you can attest to with your son, right?
Dude, yeah.
So, yeah. So those are things that we aren't just car audio here, but we always like to talk a little bit about the personal stuff because it's who we are. It's it's part of the whole makeup that brought us the car audio, right?
Absolutely.
And that's another reason the way I do my shows is I don't cuss on the mic. I don't play offensive music for that reason, because I want you to bring your kid and your wife to my car show.
Yep.
And Jaffe's shows weren't exactly like that. He was having frozen T-shirt contest and stuff like that, But like I tell
remember
people,
those all
write,
too well.
write that down. Frozen T-shirt contest.
frozen T-shirt contest.
And that's like me. I try to read the crowd. When there's no kids around, I let loose crazy. And then when there are a certain amount of kids show up, that's when Fifi or one of the other people end up starting Becker swear jar. And then boom, them cuss words disappear after about $20.
Justin, I was talking about it at the very beginning. As soon as we came online, I started talking about Autorama. So then I got a little more in depth about it at about 20 minutes in, 15 minutes in, something like that.
So when you're done driving, go back and catch it again.
Yep.
Because you ain't never going to catch me in the lanes, buddy. That's just saying. I'm going to come out with a no-wall build and spank him this year because my buddy Craig's been doing that for the last 2 years. So.
Craig Ball.
Yeah, he's got to get past our no-wall builds before he can come holler at me.
Yeah.
The funniest part is I'm number 3. I was number 3 loud on our team, So I was doing 75. Greg's doing an 82. Carlos is doing an 85, 86. So it's like, dude, your 60 is not. You got some DBs to grow on.
You do 60s when you're testing out 6-inch subwoofers.
Shit. I should do that. Do like 26 and a halves again.
There you go.
We did that one time and we did a 60.
Did you?
Fuck, that was like, damn, I want to say that was like 18, 20 years ago.
Yeah. You've been doing this a minute. So,
yeah.
Anyway, so you know Tom Lingard.
Yes.
So make sure he finds that in his thing, because I would love to have him on next week. Just talk about, because he's been around, been doing this forever. So I think he did Cyclone in Oklahoma when we were Oklahoma City for World Finals.
Yes,
and
yes,
that's when he won it, because he was there. He was also doing sound quality at Oklahoma for IASCA or whatever at the same time. But doesn't he live Boulder City or something like that, or have a shop?
Tom, no.
Oh, okay.
No. Tom's just a SQL guy who's just been in the scene with us for years, has a good time, works on the strip in a casino.
Okay.
Just a regular guy like the rest of us. But he has definitely got the car audio culture in his heart for years. So there he is.
Yeah,
hey, he replied,
he
yes.
didn't disappear.
So we're gonna figure out how to get you on next week, Tom.
Yeah.
Just because. And there's Dave Bradshaw. The only way he shows up.
Dave show up? I haven't seen Dave yet.
It says Dave Bradshaw is watching. So the artificial intelligence is visiting us right now. There ain't no real Dave anymore. It's like Max Headroom, Like, Dave, hey, it's your boy Dave. Oh.
Yeah, I had him as a guest host on here a couple of times.
So he might be real.
But anyway, hey, we're already running up on the hour, which is the hour goes by so quick. And for me, I definitely got to shut it down today at an hour because I got to go back to bed because I got to leave to work. So I got home around 4:30. Had to be up again at 6 to do this show, and then I have to leave. So I got to go take another nap, and hopefully I got to leave to work by 10:15. So.
Oh wait, fun.
Yeah, and then
I
don't
miss
get
them
back.
night shifts.
Yeah, and then I don't get back home after that. Oh yeah, he was an AI guest. Dave Bradshaw said. Anyway, and then I don't get back home till 10:30 tomorrow night. So I got.
Damn.
It's a long day for me, and that's what I'm doing for my birthday because it's my birthday tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
So happy early birthday.
Yeah.
Thank you. So
And
that's
you'll
what
be
I'll
at
be
work.
doing. I'll be working my almost the full 24 hours of my birthday. So
Hey, there's 2 hours at the end. Catch that nap.
that's right. And then I have to be to work at 3 a.m. the following morning. So,
Oh,
but then I'll
I
get
don't
back to my
like that.
normal schedule and go to bed at 10 o'clock ish, 10, and then get up at 3. So that's my normal.
Nice.
Anyway, hey, I want to thank you,
Oh,
Jeremiah.
absolutely.
Um, anybody want to shout out or any of that stuff?
For one, I want to shout out all the Steve Barber again. He put
Yeah.
together one hell of a showdown this year. I gave him props at the show. I'll give him props now. I'll give him props tomorrow. He's been putting in the legwork to make it continue. It's a legacy. Second, my crew, Vegas style, we went through the lanes. We kicked ass. Give a shout out to Dave Bradshaw just because he doesn't exist. Justin, who will never catch me. And for you guys, thanks for having me on. This was a good time. I haven't done this in so long. I kind of forgot what it was like the last couple of years going to school and
Yeah.
just paying attention to work, school. My brain's been fogged. And last weekend just got to break some of that grease loose, and catching up right now is kind of cool.
Yeah. And if you guys are out in his area, if you guys hit him up, great guy to hang out with. If he's got time. Jeremiah, he's been really helpful in helping me get a hold of people in Vegas. And like I said, the crew out there in Vegas, really good guys too. So,
What, baby?
all
Okay.
right.
1 minute.
Jeffrey, what you got going on?
I'm gonna be putting up the show. The next show I'm gonna be doing at the Advanced Car Stereo out in Riverside on the calendar pretty soon. I gotta talk to Wayne. We're getting a different account put up. So
That's right, because you're
Yeah.
no longer with.
right, parted ways with Boom Audio. But yeah, so as soon as that gets all squared away, I'll be putting it on the calendar. But we've already been mentioning it here on the podcast. So yeah.
Anyway, and then for me, you guys heard, I don't know when my next show is going to be. I've been trying to get a hold of Moses, but he's been lost. Moses Martinez. Oh, did Moses Martinez make it down there?
That's where he was lost.
Yeah.
He was stuck in the river partying.
Okay.
No way.
Yeah,
I believe it.
Yeah, we caught them. They made it down, so they've been occupied down here at the showdown.
Okay.
It was cool. We got a lot of Cali guys, a lot of Arizona guys. Justin was there. He did go through the other lanes. He's like, you could have said hi. It's like, dude, I'm behind a booth. You come
That's
say
right.
hi. We're rough in
Yeah.
them streets, bro. I know. 50 feet walk. So
Yeah, I saw a couple of people mention the showdown as the Vegas showdown. So I was like, I hope they know it moved to Laughlin. And I was thinking,
I still mess up sometimes and still call it the Vegas Showdown, the SEMA
Yeah.
Showdown, the CES Showdown.
Yeah.
It's just the showdown. And
the showdown, right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jeffrey corrected me when I was setting up the podcast. He's all, no, it's just the showdown now. All right.
yeah.
So, but anyway, so
Very cool.
yeah, for you guys didn't
And
hear. Go ahead.
Yeah, and hopefully drag will be out next year. Hopefully we'll get, more
Yeah.
notice.
Uh-huh.
This year was just a shit show getting everything put together, and we just had to see where things fell a couple weeks before the show, and it was like, oh shit.
Yeah. And it might be easier, because Jeff's now only, 4 hours, 3.5 hours from their Vegas? From Vegas, and then another hour.
Like 5-6 hours for him,
Yeah.
I think.
I think it's still about like 3.5, a little bit further than I would
Oh yeah,
have
because
been
you're a
to
little further
Vegas.
south. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So,
Yeah.
But anyway, so maybe Jeffrey can do that next year if chemo's unavailable, whatnot.
Yeah, just give me advance notice.
Right?
Because he's got to find a babysitter for the grandbaby.
Kids Quest.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that
You
is
pick him up at
designed.
midnight.
That's right. Don't tell your daughter; she'll be all kinds of mad.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So Autorama won't be happening for DB Drag. I finally got a hold of Bobby Gately. Bobby Gately told me, he says, "Yeah, I don't have any plans, and you're not going to be there." I said, "Okay." So there won't be DB Drag at Autorama, but Autorama still will be going on. I don't know what organizations will be there. Bobby said he hasn't locked down what organizations will be there. He just said DB Drag won't. So, but anyway, so that's all I can tell you about the Autorama. But anyway, other than that, we'll see what's going on. Like I said, I might be moving to Dallas. If I do move to Dallas, I may talk to Roger and see about hosting a few events over at Crossfire. Start building something up out there. Building on what Jeffrey already started.
Wait, you can be moving to Dallas?
Yeah.
Hey, Jeffrey, where you been, bro?
No, I thought you were using that as like you were gonna fly into Dallas and drive to Kansas.
No.
Ah,
I may be just transferring to Dallas since we have a shop in Dallas, and they're actually looking for my position. They're looking for 3 people to fill the position that I currently hold out here in the Bay Area.
Oh man, I'm jealous.
And they won't, and they'll keep my pay the same and all that stuff. So, which means I'll be making a lot more than the Dallas guys, but I'm worth it. At least I think I am. So, but anyway, I want to thank you guys for tuning in this week. I appreciate Jeremiah. Awesome seeing you again.
Likewise, fellas.
Jeremiah's a good dude. I mean, Chet, everybody that I've ever sat down and we break bread together, you guys learn, and just when you break bread with somebody, you learn about them on a different level. And,
absolutely.
I would always suggest you guys do that, whether it be the judge you're working, you're going to shows with, or if it's just somebody at a show, go break bread with them afterwards. Go have something to eat. It gives you a different respect for the people that you're around. And
that's what it's about.
I mean, I've known Jeremiah, I bet you 20 years.
Yep.
I bet you it's been close to 20 years.
Absolutely.
And you get friendships like that, and not that we talk all the time or anything, but shoot, we just pick up and talk right here, and he knows what's going on with me essentially. I know what's going on with him a little bit, and it's all good. It's better than Facebook.
Absolutely.
Right? So, always suggest you guys always break bread with people. It makes you a better person. Learns about other people, makes them better people too. With that being said, I want to thank you guys for tuning in this week. We'll be back next week at 6:30 California time, the only time that matters. And
with Tom, show up.
Hopefully, Tom.
Yeah,
that's right,
Tom.
Mr. Thomas Lingard, and that'd be awesome if we can have him. He's been doing this longer than I have, and and I've been doing this a minute or two, so. It'd be cool to have Thomas if he'll make it. I sent him a message. Well, anyway, we hope to see you guys next week, 6:30 California time, the only time that matters. Peace. We out. Hold on, Jeremiah. I got it. And oh wait, no, got to do the outro first.